All right, everyone, so now you've learned how to put on the MetaQuest device. You've learned what these controllers do for the most part. Now we're going to go to a Meta Horizon world and see if we can interact with a virtual world. The Meta Horizon worlds are slightly different than here. They are beautiful, but there's more freedom of motion and you can interact with things that are in the environment. So let's go by pointing our controller at the go button over here and clicking the trigger. That opens Meta Horizon worlds. So I'm going to take you into a world. I'm going to show you how you can move forward, backwards, left, right, turn, and also how, as you're running, you can just move your head and to the right or to the left, and your character will move in that direction. It is actually really, really cool. Now, I want to try to find a room that doesn't have anybody in it because it's just easier to do it that way. Let's try Horizon Central. This is a very busy world. We're not going in there. Let's try searching for something, say Oasis. Search for an oasis we can go into. Let's try this one. This one looks good. Someplace quiet where I can show you how moving works. Now, for the most part, all worlds have the same rules. All the buttons do the same thing in every world. All the thumbsticks or joysticks do the same thing in each world, for the most part. If you get into a professionally developed app, they may have different rules for the controllers because they're doing different things. So make sure you do the tutorials for those worlds. Now, to move forward in a virtual world, you take your left thumbstick or joystick and just push it very gently forward. Notice how your field of view narrows, and you can start to see that you're moving forward. If you're pushing the left stick very gently, you'll move very slowly. If you push it harder, you start to move faster. You start to run, essentially. Now, if you want to turn, just like in the old universe, just take your right joystick and move it to the right, and you turn around. Push the left joystick forward, and you start to walk. Oh, and that leads me to another button. The A button on the right controller is your jump button. So I'm pushing the A button and my avatar is jumping up and down. So now, if I want to run and jump, I can do that. Push forward and hit the A button and you run and jump. In order to know if an item is interactive, is you see the two white circles on this ball. That means you can interact with it. So what you do is you take your controller and you squeeze and hold the grip button, the button on the side of your controller, and the ball comes to you. So now I'm holding on to the ball, but I'm also holding on to the grip button on my right controller. If I want to let go of the ball, I simply let go of the button. If I want the ball back, I push the button again. If I want to throw the ball, I simply make a throwing motion and let go of the ball, and then the ball will be thrown. All right. So that's how you interact in these virtual worlds. A is your jump button. The left joystick is your forward, backward, left, and right. The right joystick causes you to turn. Now, one more thing before I let you go. So let's run forward and now look to your right. Notice how your character is running now to the right. Now look to your left. Notice how your character is running to the left. Look back to the right. So all you have to do is naturally move your head and you can interact with an environment without having to use the right joystick as much. So just by moving my head, I'm able to navigate through these coins. All right, so now once you're done interacting with this environment and you want to leave, all you have to do is take your right controller, push the infinity button, which is the button below the joystick, and it pops up your main menu. Move your cursor over to the word quit, use the trigger, and quit. And you're back in your Meta Horizons home. All right, guys, so that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in VR.